Alright guys, today I am here with the RC 390 KTM. It's their 300 class sport bike. So just, I've never been on one of these until today, so I'm gonna have a first impressions video for you. I've ridden all of the other 300 class bikes, including the R3, Ninja 400, CB300, CBR 300. So this will be a cool comparison. Let's go ahead and get it going. Start her up. Okay, so first thing, seating position is comfortable. It's definitely a sport bike feel. You're a tad hunched over, but not anything majorly aggressive by any means. I like it, feels comfortable. Also, just to mention, these bikes have a naked inversion with the Duke 390, which is an awesome bike as well if you want to be a little bit more upright and with a naked bike feel. So that's an option for you. But I'm gonna get gas real quick and we'll be right back. Alright guys, again, this is Colby with Garcia Moto out here today on an RC 390 by KTM. I'm gonna take this thing out, see what it can do, see what it does well. And hopefully by the end of this you can decide whether this is something you're interested in or something you want to come down and test drive. The first thing I'm feeling on this bike is definitely comfortable. Clutch feels great. Braking is good. Just a personal taste, the braking on this is better than that of an R3, pretty significantly. It does feel a whole lot different, and I feel like that'll make your choice a whole lot easier. I mean, the screen on this is really nice. It revs up to 13, which in the similar class bikes it's the same exact thing. To come, we'll have to see what happens if you string it out, but yeah, let's start going over the features from the handlebars here. So standard lighting function, brights in the front here, got your horn down here, your signals, click in and push back in to deactivate. So that works great. I mean, other cool thing about this is it comes with an adjustable clutch and brake as well, and you don't see that on a lot of bikes. I'm also a fan of the color scheme on this. It's got that orange and black, signature KTM look. I'm 6 foot even, so I am flat-footed very significantly on this. Sounds pretty good. Wow. This definitely, in my opinion, feels a whole lot better in the lower range than its competitors. And that's a signature KTM thing. Like, you look at the Super Dukes, for example, and you'll see they have this huge torquey low end, but not a soaring high end. And for a commuting bike, when you're not hitting a power band everywhere, you're not gonna be, this guy's gonna hit me. You're not gonna be significantly on the highway, probably on this for 10 hours like you would be on an adventure bike. But we'll have to see how it feels once I get up to top speed. First impressions, just really comfortable. Suspension is pretty hard, so turning is probably going to be a breeze, specifically on this. Man, this thing gets up and goes though. So I always do this test. So I am in 5th gear at 5K going around 45. So this thing is really comfortable at a commuting speed. Now when you look at something like a Japanese bike like Yamaha or Suzuki or Kawasaki, most of those are going to rev a little bit higher. Now Honda is probably going to be the closest feel wise to this, just because they rev, especially in their 500 series, rev close to this. But this feels like it's super light, and it feels like it has close to the amount of power, at least feel wise, to the first bike that I started on, which is a CB500F. So for those people that are looking to either start on a bike or commute, I feel like this is a solid option. Just in general, I'm having no issues getting up to speed on this. And it's just a blast to ride, honestly. Other thing to mention about this right now is the price. So right now Garcia specifically has a few of these RCs, and they have a couple Dukes, which are the naked version of the bikes, more than like 1,000 off, like less than 1% financing to people with good credit or no subject to credit approval. So you're talking about a sub $5,000 bike that you can just kill. Also, just in general, this thing is very smooth shifting, and the clutch is very forgiving. It's not yippy at all, which is very good for a beginner or a commuter that doesn't want to be thrown off or dump the clutch on accident. We're going to try to find some twisty roads up here somewhere. Feels really good cornering. Love the low end. So I was at the Tail of the Dragon yesterday in the Blue Ridge Mountains with my bike, and I saw a lot of people on these 300 bikes. And you would say, why would you take a 300 bike up to something like that? It's because you can go all out and actually probably have a better time on something like this than you would on a leader bike. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of people up there with these types of bikes, and specifically the Dukes and the RCs. I saw a lot of them up there yesterday. So if you don't want to get a leader bike version of this is a great option. I mean, super comfortable. So also, if you are a female, this could be a great entry into that sport bike market for you without having something that could get out of your hands too fast. Now, KTM does make the Super Duke, which could be a level up from this, but it's just a lot bigger and a lot heavier of a bike. So in my opinion, you can't start ever on a bike like that. It will kill you. It's no joke. So yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this so far. Actual funny thing that I like about this bike is that it's super easy to get into neutral, which is unlike any other motorcycle I've ever been on. I pretty much have to fight with it for like 30 seconds sometimes to get it into neutral. This one just seems to go down into it fairly easily, which makes it really easy to you know, sit at a stoplight, chill out while you're waiting to get home from work, whatever it may be. And for those that don't need a beginner bike, don't count this thing out, because this could be a great secondary bike. Because you're not going to want to take some super bike or some big GS just across the street to work every day. That just doesn't make as much sense. It's twice the weight. It's overkill. And honestly, you would probably end up putting more miles on something like this than your big bikes that you just take up to the track or to the mountains to ride. Because this is the workhorse bike. It's in that range where you don't have to be scared to give it a lot when you want to get the most that this performance has, but it's not so expensive that you're scared to even get on it sometimes. And that's the worst thing, is having a bike that's like so special that, one, you don't want to put miles on it, or you're just so scared to put it down that you end up endangering yourself and others by riding a little bit too cautious, especially in a place like up in the mountains. Also, another thing that I'm noticing right now is how big the mirrors are in this thing. I mean, you're not going to have to complain about visibility with this bike. Let me tell you that right now. There's a blue jay just kind of chilling on the side of the road right there. A big old bird. So if you are, I don't know, if you guys are in the North Carolina area, if you're on the Garcia Facebook page seeing this, come by and drive one of these. It's a really fun bike to be on, and you're never gonna know what it's gonna feel like until you actually get on it. So if you've counted a smaller KTM bike out, I think you'll be surprised by how much power it actually has. There again, showing how easy it is to get in neutral. I'm gonna speed around this guy. Alright, so I'm up in 6th gear, going pretty much highway speeds. I'm gonna hit highway speed, it's about 65, and I'm only at 6.5K. And again, this thing revs to 13. So at this speed, it does feel super stable. It feels really comfortable going this fast. It's not loud. It's not going to get annoying if you're doing this for a long distance. It does sound good though. I love the KTM sound down low. Can't beat that. So if you have a KTM or have had one of the four or are thinking about one, definitely let me know in the comments below. Engine braking is Good. So I'm about to pull back into Garcia. But don't hesitate to give these guys a call if you want to drive one of these bikes or buy one. They're an inexpensive bike for what they are. Number is 919-834-5111. Right off of Capitol Boulevard, Garcia Moto in Raleigh, North Carolina. Anyways, hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.